What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. So I usually post quick videos on Instagram and TikTok of how I fix cars, but I wanted to do an in-depth video of how I do mobile auto repair. So I'm going to be showing how I interact with my customer and how I actually fix their car in the field. So today I got sent out to fix a 2010 Mercedes C300. It was to fix some spark plugs, and he didn't tell me until I got there that he was having some issues with his taillight. None of the lights worked back there. So we ended up scheduling a next appointment, and that's where I fixed that issue. But with all that being said, this is how it went. So let's get into it. What's up, Chief? Is it alright if I park right here? Is it alright if I park there? Thank you, thank you. Caesar, nice to meet you. Hope you don't mind if I start recording right here. Yeah, cool, appreciate it.
What was your name?
Caesar.
Caesar?
Yeah.
I just know you by your tag. I seen your stuff on TikTok.
Oh, okay, cool. That's what's up. I didn't know if that was your car over there or was this one? Cause
it's
a
C300, yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
They don't even move that one.
Yeah, I was like, damn, I didn't see any plates, registration, nothing. Cool, I could just pull out my tools right here. This is perfect. All I need is just the keys, and yeah, I'll let you know when I finish.
You take Zelle, Cash App?
Yeah, I take both of those and cash, anything pretty much.
I'll just pay you through Zelle then.
Cool. Yeah, I'll keep you updated, bro.
Yeah, for sure. I did want to ask you one quick thing.
Yes, sir.
You got another appointment later. I'd of course be able to pay, but my back left tail light this past week. I don't think it might be a fuse. Somebody just took a shit on me. I was wondering how much that would be. If you even got time, if not, I could reschedule.
Yeah, I could take a look at it just to see maybe if the bulb is busted or if it's something else. Yeah, I can take a look at it. I won't charge anything extra.
Really?
Yeah. Just to look at it, yeah.
Okay, thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem. It's the rear left, you said?
Yeah, the back left tail light. I don't know. At first, it was just my turn signal, and then it was just my brake light, fog light. Everything else just kind of died on that one.
Okay, gotcha. I'll take a look at it then. All right, cool. Thank you. So that was the first encounter of this client. He seems like a pretty chill guy, and hopefully you guys understood our little discussion. But just to fill you in, he asked me to take a look at his rear left tail light, because I believe he said first his turn signal went out, then his rear light went out, and then his tail light went out. So just from hearing that, it didn't sound like all three bulbs went out somewhat near the same time. It sounded more like an electrical issue to me, but I will address this later in the video. But for now, I'm just here to do the spark plugs and take a look at the tail light that he was talking about. And I know he didn't tell me about this issue with his taillight when he first booked the appointment, but most of all, I'm just glad that he was comfortable enough to tell me about this issue on our first encounter. And it kind of makes it easier for both of us when they explain all of the little issues that go along with their car. So now I'm just taking my time getting all of my tools out to set them up in front of his car and get ready to start working on it. Spark plugs. So now that I grabbed all my last few parts and tools, I'm gonna put them down and open the door to pop the hood. And I noticed that this guy keeps his car real fresh from the inside and out. So I'm trying to be somewhat delicate when I'm working on his car. And this tree kind of got in my way when I opened the hood, but this tree did not scratch up his car at all. So I'm just putting that out there. Alright, now that I got the hood up, I can start disassembling things to get down to the spark plugs. First was this little beauty cover that covers the engine. And secondly, I unplugged this little air hose. There's no hose clamps, so it just pulls right out. Now I'm taking out my dielectric grease, and I'll show why I'm gonna use it in a little bit if you didn't know. But here are some other tools that I'm getting out. There's not too many tools required for this job, so anyways, I'll fast forward through me running through my tools just to find this stupid T30. And boom, finally found it. So now I'm gonna put it on my little ratchet and just snap that sucker right on so we can start disassembling everything else. So next there's this little metal clip in the back of this plastic cover that you just push back. Once you do that, you can start pulling that whole cover off of its grommets, just like that. So now that I took that off, I'm gonna take off these two air hoses. I already took off that rubber hose, but now I have to take off these two plastic air hoses. I just stuck a flat head screwdriver in the clip area and just pulled it right out. The second one on the right was kind of annoying. Kind of had to wrestle it off, WWE style. Boom, just like that. Once you take those two off, you could pick up this whole piece and put it to the side. Just plop it down anywhere on the side. So now I'm gonna do a quick step-by-step on how to replace the spark plugs. So first, you gotta push in that plastic clip on the ignition coil and the connector just pulls right out. Then you can unscrew these T30s. There's two for each ignition coil. Then you just pull the ignition coil right out real gently. Now you can get your 5/8 ratchet and socket with an extension and just loosen it right out. So pull it out real gently. This one had some oil on it, and let the customer know that he needs this tube seals replaced in his valve cover. So I went with Bosch on these spark plugs. They cost about $12 each. Then I got my torque wrench and set it to 17 foot-pounds. Put the spark plug back in. Tightened it up till it made the beep. Just like so. And for these ignition coils, before I put them back in, I like to put a light layer of dielectric grease on them. It's not completely necessary. It just creates a good electrical flow to the spark plugs. Lastly, just put the ignition coil back on and clip the connector right back in. Alright, so now we're going to address the taillight assembly that was giving him problems. So on the first appointment, I noticed that none of the lights worked on his taillight. Like, absolutely none of them. So on the second appointment, this is what I needed to fix. So this is actually a real common problem with the Mercedes W204s. It was actually a big recall for this, and Mercedes had to fix a bunch of these problems under warranty. But for my customer, the warranty is up, so he took it to me. But the issue that we're fixing is this ground here, and I'll get a little more into it in a little bit. I just want to show you the parts that I got. This is the taillight assembly here. It comes with the bulbs and everything. And then I bought this connector that plugs into the taillight assembly. And here's a closer look of it. That one ground wire just overheats after time and just pretty much melts the connector along with the taillight assembly. So here's my step-by-step procedure on how to fix this problem. First, I'm depinning the connector one by one. And as I'm depinning the connector, I'm transferring the wires in order to the new connector. That way I keep them organized and I don't lose track. Now that I got to the last ground wire, I'm using this heat shrink wire connector that has solder in it. And I know this isn't the best wire repair video, but I didn't have a new pin and I'm not that good at soldering, and I didn't have a heat gun. But here I am melting the solder until the connector shrinks and gives it a strong connection. So let's watch and let it melt for a few seconds.
So now that I like that connection, I'm just pushing in this tab until it clicks. And once you click it all the way around, the wires are nice and secure in there. So then I just reconnected it to the taillight assembly with all the brand new bulbs in it. And boom, let there be light. So this definitely fixed the issue. And from my understanding, Mercedes wants about $400 to fix this issue. But I charged my customer way less, and I got these 2 parts for only $37. But this is the end of the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any criticism down in the comments. Thanks for watching.